Ben Gabbard. I'm one of the dev managers here at Crytek USA.
So then what are you showing here at E3 this year?
We've got Hunt Horrors of the Gilded Age. It's a four-player co-op action-adventure game.
So it takes place in it's a very Lovecrafty universe, very dark, very gritty, but it's gilded in like the 18th century. Go into a little detail about the world.
So the world right now is, what we're showing is the Louisiana Bayou. And what we've done is track down one of the creatures there called the Nightmare Witch. And conveniently, what we're trying to do in those worlds is the folklore behind the Nightmare Witch that's already a established folklore of the Cajun community. And so it used to be a witch that goes on your chest and sucks your air out, and now we've changed that and put it into a boss. So you're fighting this boss, you've already tracked him down and ready to go get him.
This is one of the few new IPs that we've seen at the show this year. Can you go into a little detail about like where the idea came from to start Hunt and how it developed to what it is today?
So back when we were at Vigil, we always wanted to do a multiplayer co-op. And so when we were acquired by Crytek at the end of last year, we wanted to say, hey, we want to do multiplayer co-op. We're really good with creatures and bosses. It's a natural progression for our strengths. So we wanted to do co-op, fight bosses, and that's really where this came from. And the late 1800s is such a great time frame for that, because you've got this, advanced cities with lights and trains and things that are going on, but you can still go and find these areas where there's no technology. There's no, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get to, not a lot of information, and so you have a great universe or a great area to start with to start fighting monsters and bosses.
Talk about the characters behind you. Each one of them is customizable. So go a little about the character you play in the game.
Yeah, so each character, we just wanted to do a representation of what you could create in the game. But literally, you can create anything that you've thought of, from a Clint Eastwood type character with a poncho to an Annie Oakley type female character to a doctor that just looks like a doctor from that time frame with the duds and everything, and go and experiencing, looking at ordinary people fighting these extraordinary bosses.
Is there a class system within the game, or is it kind of just you have a loadout and you go in?
So we have a full RPG system that we're planning. Some of those we haven't talked about yet, but you'll be able to change out your clothing, your weapon loadouts, specifically for different missions or different regions of where you're at, and also some of the abilities and items.
This is what we don't see a lot of games that take place in like a gritty kind of Lovecraftian universe. What do you think? Why don't we see more games like that, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. It's very interesting you say that. It seems to be a revival since there's a Penny Dreadful out there. There's a lot of different things. I think it's kind of cyclic in the industry, and so you see, hey, we're doing the warfare kind of thing, and now we were coming back to hey, where's some more interesting times? And now you see these movies and things being released that kind of play into that.
And what does next gen open up for you as a game developer?
Oh, it certainly allows us to do some of the procedurally generated stuff that we were looking to do. It allows us to put that 4-player co-op element as well. So that's what next gen does for us.
Awesome. So go over the enemy types you're showing here at E3 today.
So currently we're showing a version of a worker class, or the broken that we're calling them, that are tainted by an evil presence. We also show some undead, which we call the risen, which again is when the broken have died. Here, makes pretty much sense. And then obviously the Nightmare Witch that you fight at the end.
So about the boss battle, it's a very unique type of boss experience for a 4-player game.
Yeah, we really want to bring in the co-op elements to the boss battles, to where in this situation you get pulled into the nightmare mode, and that player has to mark the witch so that the other players can shoot at it to kill it, basically. And so we really want to continue that kind of trend as we're making and creating these bosses, to where you feel, hey, I've got to have my friends are being able to do this, so we are all coordinated to make it a unique experience.
And so we saw zombies, we saw basically a witch, and we saw what do you call the broken. Will we see werewolves, vampires, and other stuff from Lovecraft universe?
We're wanting to really make this an international type game. So you can think of, if you can think of it and you hear it about lore or something like that, we definitely, in the European lore or any of those other places, we're definitely looking to explore that.
And what's your favorite what's your favorite person to play in the game? What's your favorite weapon to use in the game so far?
There's so many great weapons that we haven't even shown. It's really hard for me to say that. I would say that, the flamethrower is a unique weapon that you see in the game that's able to do a lot of damage quickly, but you have to be very careful when you're around your friends. So that's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you talk about that. So friendly fire is always on in this game.
Friendly fire is always on in this game. That's one of the things you need to consider as you're playing the game. And we also reward the player as they get better with the mechanics too. You have critical headshots, different things where if you hit somebody in the knee, they'll fall down. So it's really rewarding as you get better at the game to start seeing players advance like that.
And when can we play Horrors of the Gilded Age?
So currently we're going to go into a beta at this fall, and you can sign up for that at huntthegame.com. But after that, we'll just see where it's at.